海賊無双4だぜ。
One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 is your typical Dynasty Warriors game, but it's better because it's One Piece. As the story mode of the previous game started in the very beginning of the manga anime series, this game starts at the beginning of the Grand Line in Alabasta, covering all major sections of the anime. The story mode is canon completely up to the whole Cake Island arc, where the additional Wano arc states that this is a game only. I believe that this is because the manga was only up to that part when this game originally came out, so Bandai Namco created their own story of the Wano arc. As a fan of the One Piece anime, I'm currently watching it, and I am personally at the Cake Island arc, which is just under 900 episodes, so I was playing this story mode and I skipped over all of the cutscenes around that area to avoid myself any major spoilers. The cutscenes were some of the least interesting parts about this game, and the chances are if you are playing or considering playing this game, then you already are a fan of One Piece and will most likely skip them anyway because you know this story inside out. I'm a bit late to the Pirate Warriors party, but I've recently started playing this game straight after Pirate Warriors 3, so in the comparison to the previous game, this was pretty fresh on my mind, which initially left me disappointed until I adapted to the new game. The first level throws you into the deep end to show you what the game has to offer, while serving as a tutorial mission, capturing bases and entering combat with Big Mom and Kaido, two of the major players in the anime. The light and heavy attack combos are very similar to that of the previous game, with a wide array of unlockable combos. The biggest two differences is that you can now jump, which opens up a whole new set of combos of aerial combat, and each character has up to 4 special moves equipped opposed to 1. Full burst mode is classed as a special attack, which is basically powers up your characters for a short period of time. But in addition to this, some characters with transformations such as Luffy's Gear 4 you can do as a second special move, so it feels like you can basically double your power up time. You can use Gear 4 and then when that runs out you can go straight to full burst mode, which is pretty cool, and you can eliminate a lot of enemies that way. Each mission is very similar gameplay wise, with slightly different objectives and fail conditions, but if you have ever played a Dynasty Warriors or Samurai Warriors game before, then you pretty much already know how this works. If you are new to this genre, then I'll try my best to briefly explain this. At the start of each level you are given a very clear victory condition, meaning this is what you need to do to win, and fail conditions, which obviously means the opposite. You have to navigate through the map, defending teammates and capturing territories by defeating all opponents in the area until the area is highlighted blue. The main mission might be as vague as defeat Captain Smoker, but realistically Smoker won't appear until you have done various submissions prior, such as capturing territories with Zoro, etc. If you are new to these type of games, then it might take some getting used to, but once you do, it becomes weirdly addictive. Each mission obviously has a ranking system where it's ranked like A, B, C or S. I don't know if it's C, I've never got a C before, but the ranking system is pretty basic on that, but it is weird to figure out at first because I like to be very thorough and take over all areas on the map, but when I did that I got a really low grade. The only two elements that actually matter are enemies defeated and time, so it is best to get the level done quickly. If you do a level within 8 to 10 minutes, most of the time you get the best rank on time, and if you defeat about 2,000 enemies, you tend to get the best rank on that. So it's best to destroying as many people as you can in quantity and getting the level done as quick as you can to get the best rank. Once you've figured that system out, it actually becomes quite difficult to get a low rank, but at first you'll probably get low ranks if you try and get everything done. On these type of games, local co-op has always been very fun to me and still remains on this game. However, online co-op was very disappointing, especially after convincing all my friends to buy this game because it advertises 4-player co-op, but what it fails to mention is this is only on set missions and none of the story missions. The only 4-player missions are on treasure events, which are non-canon levels thrown together on random maps. These missions are fun for leveling up characters and making the most out of non-story mode characters, but for co-op I was very disappointed. I tried playing the story mode on 2-player co-op with a friend, but it felt like we were both playing single player separately on the same game and we could see each other. I know that doesn't really make any sense, but I could see him fighting a large group of enemies, but on my screen there wasn't any enemies, so it was just him throwing out fists and stuff. And if I defeated a boss, it doesn't count as he's defeated the boss. If we were in the same area, he was fighting different people. It was all very confusing. It was like playing 2 separate games, except we could see each other and share the same ranking system. It was very, very pointless. To me, the whole point of co-op was to actually cooperate and help each other out, but you couldn't do this on this game. Despite the online co-op being pretty terrible, the large character selection really made up for it. My version of the game included some DLC which had some of the Cake Island characters, such as the Sweet Free General Cracker, who was actually a really fun character to play as. There is also some paid DLC with mostly negative reviews which I've not played, with characters such as Gear 5 Luffy, which I've obviously not tried, but that seems kind of cool to me. I wish it was just included into the game for free or very low priced. Most relevant characters you can think of from the show are in this game and all tend to have a very unique skill set. The downside is the character selection of older characters from earlier episodes, such as Captain Kuru and Arlong, are no longer in this game, and it is very unfortunate. Fortunately though, to counteract the disappointment, this game now introduces giant characters which are also playable, such as Whitebeard, who is by far one of my favourite characters to play as, and when facing regular sized enemies it makes you feel really overpowered, and honestly that is quite great. Slightly annoying, there are some characters which you can't play as, such as Pika, who is a giant rock person if you haven't seen the anime, but you can have him as an ally or an enemy in random missions. I'm not really sure why Pika is unplayable, because they've kind of given him a moveset, they've made it a reasonable size, and I feel like they should at least add him as DLC, but maybe he was on there as an afterthought. The character upgrading system is good, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit daunting at first, but once you get used to it, it becomes quite good. Each character has a personal upgrade map with moves and combos specific to each character, along with a global upgrade map which has all the basics such as life and power, but that is for all of your characters. They are obviously more expensive, it costs more berries to upgrade to because it goes to all characters, but it is definitely worth doing if you want to test out other characters and you don't want to start off really weak. You can use the upgrades to unlock new special moves for each characters. As currency, naturally you use berries which are earned by completing missions, but you also use character coins which are earned after each mission for doing certain tasks, such as if you defeat Boogie the Clown in a mission, then you most likely get a handful of Boogie coins, or if you play a mission as Boogie, then you might get a handful of Boogie coins. There's quite a few ways of doing this, but you get lots of coins for doing various missions. I have played this game on PS5 and PC, and surprisingly I have had zero problems with 100% completion. I have not needed to restart this game at all. I actually completed 90% of this game purely on Steam Deck, because as a handheld game I really enjoyed this. If you have not played Pirate Warriors 3, then I would still recommend that game because it's still pretty good, but for more updated visuals, gameplay and further along in the story, Pirate Warriors 4 is really good. For pretty much all of those reasons, I'm going to give this game a review score of 7.5 out of 10. It is not without flaws by any chance, but One Piece Pirate Warriors exceeded all of my expectations and definitely gave me the motivation to continue watching the program. If you are watching this review and you have made it to the end, then chances are you are a One Piece fan, so let me know in the comments below where you are up to watching the series, or if you are a manga reader, where are you in the manga? Don't leave any spoilers for your fellow One Piece fans, But yeah, let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe, all of that malarkey for YouTube really does help in the algorithms. And thank you all so much for the continuous support that you've given me. It's Mark from Modern Tech. Thanks for watching.
あくまで共闘。海賊に借りを作るのは海軍の恥だからな。